You here, people. What's poppin'? What's good? It's your boy, Mr. Locario and Miles Cunningham in the building. Miles, what's going on, bro?
You know what's going on, nigga. Mac Lives Matter all day, every day. You feel me?
Facts. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to April MC in the building. Shout out to Unique 79 in the building. Shout out to my dude, Keith Joick. Shout out to Monogamous Player. Jason, what's good? Shout out to Iceberg S in the building. So today's show is going to be great because this is a topic that I feel like is very needed when it comes to the game. Because, you know, I hear guys are like, well, I don't want to do this because I might be, it's just too thirsty. I don't know. And then the girls are trying to shame you, talking about why you trying to fuck with me like that? You so thirsty and yada, 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 and all that dumb shit, right? So today we're going to put all that shit to rest. We're going to shout out to my dude Ed Zone in the building. What's poppin', bro?
What up?
What's good? Yes, sir.
Well, check this shit out. The other day I was chilling, right? I was wearing my Mac Lives Matter t-shirt.
Right.
And this bitch came up to me and said, but all lives matter. I looked at that bitch and I said, bitch. Oh, man. No, that didn't happen. That was just a little jokey joke.
So guys, what we're going to do is we're going to hit this fucking trailer real quick. When we come back, we're going to get into this goddamn game. You feel me? So let's get this shit cracking. Let's go.
Everybody has game. The thing is, though, is your game weak or is your game strong? See, that's the difference. See, having weak game is synonymous with having no game. But you have game, you have a strategy to get what you want, but your strategy might be weak.
I always tell these guys, snap your fingers. And I tell them, snap your fingers. Like, you hear that sound? I'm like, what is that sound? Bitch, that's a 17-year-old that just turned 18. That's a 19-year-old that just turned 21. They are just they're everywhere.
Hi, how you doing? You think I give a fuck about how you doing, bitch? All I want you to motherfucking do is open your mouth and say something so I can hear how your voice sounds so it can tell me how the fuck to get at you.
Your feelings are not facts. Because you feel like whatever you feel like, you can't get me to believe that there's more than two genders. You understand what I'm saying? And truthfully, I'm not sorry because I can't really make facts out of your fucking feelings. Matter of fact, fuck your feelings. There's only two genders. Only two genders. You trying to tell me that genders are neutral and niggas is trying to come up with 92 fucking genders, bro.
There's this narrative now that it's okay for a man to cry, and it's really pushing this sensitivity, express yourself, express your feelings. One thing I've always respected about my father growing up, I never seen my dad cry. Me and him would get into arguments, we would go at it, we would fight. I would say the harshest things to him I could to hurt his feelings, but I never broke him.
Shoot, just the right pair of shoes get your dick sucked. Just the right pair of shoes. Women don't, seriously, you could look like Boris Cujo, you'd be 6'8", you know, have a print down to your knee. They look at those shoes, they bust, they just like, oh no, not him. Nah, boo-boo.
The bitches shine because of the nigga. Period. Like, and when it's functioning correctly, that's the way it is. So, on that note, dick is a gift. It's a gift. It's a gift.
You got to play your way from start to the end. That's having game. Because if you do that, what you expect is what's going to happen. See, don't no accidents happen with motherfuckers that got game.
All right, we back. And remember, guys, if you have a question, put a Q in the chats if you have a question, and we will put the questions on a list, and then we'll get to the questions. Also, you want to call up. Caller number is 516-387-1224, and 513. We already see you in the queue, but we're gonna get to you in a second. But let's touch on this topic real quick, man. We're talking about being thirsty versus being flirtatious and sexual. Right now, what a lot of guys do is they get this confused, right? They get this whole thing about being thirsty is, they get it synonymous. They think it's synonymous with being flirtatious, being sexual, right? Now, this is why a lot of guys have a hard time in the game, because they're scared to be sexual because they don't want to come off as thirsty, right? And that's the issue. See, the difference between being thirsty, right, and being flirtatious and sexual, right, is based off of your mindset, based off of, how you're going about the situation, right? And for example, a guy who's thirsty, right, he's the type of guy who is going to consistently or continue to try to get at a girl who isn't trying to make anything happen with him, right? Whether or not it's in that particular situation when he's trying to get with her, or whether he's trying to call her on the phone, get her out to come see him on a date or whatever it is. He's very consistent with the woman who's not reciprocating. You understand? So the woman, she doesn't really desire him, but he keeps trying to make it happen. And he's so, eager to make something happen with her sexually or whatever it is, right? A guy that's just being flirtatious and being sexual, that means that he is just in the interaction with the woman, right, creating a situation for him and her to get sexual, to have sex. And this woman is reciprocating. This woman is showing interest in him being sexual. So a lot of guys think that saying they want sex or expressing themselves sexually, period, is thirsty, when it's not. You understand what I'm saying? And so what happens is that you have to recognize the difference in each of these situations. When you're being flirtatious and sexual, what it is you're creating a situation for sex to happen. When you're being thirsty, what happens is that you're trying to make something happen with a woman that doesn't want to make it happen with you. And on top of that, what goes down is that the reason why you're thirsty in a lot of cases is because you don't really have interactions with women that actually want to be with you on a sexual level. So because you don't have those interactions, you are basically thirsty. You're starving. You need to quench your thirst because it's been a while since you had some pussy. It's been a while since you've actually made anything happen with women, right? But when you're just being a guy who's flirtatious or being a guy who's sexual, that's not thirsty. So a lot of guys think just being direct with a woman sexually is thirsty. That's not what it is. So if I talk to a girl and I say, listen, I saw you from across the room, and the way you're wearing that dress, it got me thinking that I want to take you back to my house at the end of the night, get that dress off, pull your panties down, you feel what I'm saying? Bend you over, touch that pussy. Now I'm saying all of this sexual shit, right? But to the average person, they're like, oh, that's thirsty. That's not thirsty. Now, thirsty would be if I saw that girl across the room and I said, hey, miss, how you doing? I saw you from across the room. I thought you were sexy as hell. And then she looks at me and she's like, okay. And then she walks away. And then I go after her and I'm like, hold on, wait a second. I'm trying to talk to you. She's like, I don't want to talk to you. And I'm like, come on, baby, please. Hold on, real quick. I'm just trying to listen, yo, you looking so good in them jeans. Like, damn, like I'm just, that's thirsty. You understand what I'm saying? Like the girl is not trying to make it happen, right? You're continuing to try to get at her. And your energy is of a person that's begging and pleading and trying to make shit go down. You understand? But Miles, what's your thoughts on all that shit, though? All that craziness.
See, the thing with thirst is akin to harassment.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So like the way you was putting it together just now in the example, it's like, you state your piece, you tell her she looks sexy. You tell her, damn, that dress looks so good. I'm wondering how easy it is to get it off of you. You say something like that to a girl and she says, oh, you're this, you're that, and you're creepy or you're thirsty. Mm. Now, a nigga who's not being thirsty would be like, all right, sweetheart, you have a good night. Take it easy.
See, I'm literally thirsty right now. That's what I'm thinking.
Right? So you let it slide. Like, hey, it's all good. She didn't understand what I was saying, and that's fine. You see, here's a difference. The difference between thirst and being flirtatious is knowing what you're doing and having a certain level of awareness of what you're doing and not allowing anybody to define what you're doing.
Right.
You understand? Because I've had this happen to me too. Like I'm on a date with a chick and she's wearing a certain type of dress and the titties is all pushed up and she got on the lip gloss and it's popping and she's just looking real good. And so I'm getting close to her and I'm telling her things and I'm whispering in her ear and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then she starts saying, "Oh well, aren't you trying to move kind of fast or?"
Right.
Aren't you being kind of are you desperate for sex or something or
right?
Why are you continuously trying to lead the conversation to sex?
Mm-hmm.
So now a nigga who don't know nothing about game will allow the comments of that chick to fuck up his focus,
right?
Because he knows he's being flirtatious. He knows he's trying to escalate.
Mm-hmm.
She trying to act like she don't know and trying to define your behavior as something else.
Exactly.
You can't let a bitch or anybody try to define who you are or define your behavior.
Facts. Because super facts.
Because here it is. The truth. Here it is. It's a lot of niggas that start off flirtatious and charming, but end up being thirsty.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you where the switch happens. So he comes up to the girl, or maybe he's on a date with the girl, like I said. He's on a date with the girl. He's like, "Hey, girl, you just, damn, when I look at you, you just fine as shit. I'm trying to take. I just can't stop thinking about possibly getting you back to my crib and getting that dress off of you, or taking you into this bathroom, this bar bathroom right here, and just fucking the shit out of you."
Mm-hmm.
Now, in his mind, he's being cool, sexy, and flirtatious.
Right.
Right. Or direct, however you want to put it. But that's how he chooses to be in the moment. But guess what happens to a lot of niggas? The chick will say some shit like the girl said, you seem kind of desperate for sex. Why so thirsty?
Right.
And then what will the nigga do? Instead of telling the bitch to have a good night, what will he do?
Mm-hmm.
You're like, well, girl, I was just joking, we could, so what do you want to talk about?
Right, right.
So where do you go to school? You got family there? Oh, that's great. Oh, cool. And then he'll switch up. And his thirst is not even like, he'll probably stop talking about sex because she already shamed him into position.
Right.
But the real thirst comes in the fact that he feels the need to continue the date.
Right.
Because instead of putting in the work to start the process with a new bitch, he's trying to save the situation with this current bitch. Who's trying to shame him into making him believe that he's thirsty.
Right.
Like most of the like so many of these guys call up or be texting in the chat talking about, but I was just trying to build rapport because I wanted to make her comfortable.
Right.
It's only a thirsty nigga who's trying to make a woman comfortable.
Exactly. Right. Mm-hmm.
A nigga with game, all he needs to do is to realize if she's down or not.
Exactly.
Once she's down, her comfortability goes without saying.
Right. It's automatic. It's there already.
But if she's not down and she's trying to shame you, that's when you're supposed to end the date.
Right.
Or end the interaction.
Mm-hmm.
Because the true thirst comes in when you're trying to save, basically when you're trying to save spoiled milk.
Mm-hmm.
There's no saving spoiled milk.
Right.
Once milk goes bad, it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
You can't save it. You leave that shit the fuck where it is. You tell that bitch, hey, no problem. We're not really on the same page, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a right to be on whatever page they're trying to be on. We're on separate pages, so I'm gonna take my talents over here.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because all the chickens, when that whole thirsty thing, bro, I tell you, it's really just it's really just a state of mind. It has nothing to do with what's actually happening.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? If you know that you are sexually interested in a girl, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Right.
And it's up to you to maintain that confidence to realize that there's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Right.
The thirst comes in is when you allow her shaming language. And a lot of times it's pretty slick too, because a bitch be using my shit against me sometimes where, you know, I let girls know pretty much up front, you know, depending on how the conversation goes, that I see other women. Like I let them know, hey, I'm not deleting my dating app just because we feeling each other.
Right.
So they already know I'm seeing other chicks. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the chick will say to me, oh, but I thought you see other chicks and you get sex anywhere. So why so desperate? Why so thirsty?
Right.
With
Right.
me?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking to myself, this bitch thinks she's slick. and I'm letting her know, I'm like, look, there's no such thing as desperation for sex with me. I get sex when I want.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same, and with that being said, I know what I want.
Right.
You understand? And I want to have sex with you. But if you're not feeling the same way, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
We can end the situation right here. I don't need to push nothing else.
Right. Exactly.
I don't need to talk to you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Because let me tell you something, bro. A chick who begins to shame you, that automatically that shows that she's on that manipulation page.
Exactly.
So that means she's not feeling you. She doesn't see you sexually. So there's really no reason for you to continue the conversation with her.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Just be respectful and be like, hey, you know, bartender, you know, waiter, whatever, you know, let me take care of this check. You tell Shorty, hey, you have a good night.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Because once they start doing that shit, it's only letting you know they're not feeling you. And the shaming shit is a little bit worse because they're letting you know that not only are they not feeling you, but they don't have any respect for you.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
Because they're literally telling you that you're wrong for how you feel right now.
That's some real shit.
I'm wrong for how I feel. I'm wrong for wanting to have sex with a woman.
Right.
That's why you think so many of these fucking assholes, excuse me, let me calm down. Why do you think so many people are trying to identify as something else?
Right, exactly.
Because a lot of these people, let's not sugarcoat it. A lot of these people are not totally there in the mind. Let's be honest.
Right.
There was some type of trauma somewhere in their life that told them that being who they are, that there was something wrong with being who they were.
Right.
And some people took that very hard, and they're like, well, maybe I shouldn't be this. Maybe I should try being something else.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm saying is that's the difference between a guy. That's the difference between the Mac and the nigga that don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Because he enters the situation trying to be a Mac, trying to say what he wants to say, but then because the chick says something, all of a sudden now he's saying something else.
Exactly.
It's like a nigga who walks into the meeting as a Democrat, but then he leaves as a fucking Republican because of what them niggas said in the meeting.
Right.
And it's like, no, bitch, I'm a Democrat all the way, or I'm a Republican all the way. I don't need you to tell me I don't need you to validate how I feel. I don't need you to tell me whether my desire to have sex with you is justified or not. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Because trust me, bro, a chick who's feeling you, you don't even have to say nothing.
Exactly.
So if you don't have to say nothing, then where does thirsty come in?
Exactly. Right.
A chick who's feeling you will never call you thirsty. Why? Because she wants the same thing.
Exactly. Right.
The only time somebody gonna shit on you and call you thirsty or desperate or creepy is because she doesn't want the same thing. So if both of us are right here right now and we don't want the same thing, why should we continue interacting with each other?
Exactly. That's facts.
That's really it right there. There's no such thing as thirsty. There's only that bitch ain't feeling you. Period.
Right. And you know, it's funny too. And we'll get to the calls in a second and we'll get to some of these questions. So guys, if you have questions, put a Q in the chat and we're saving all the questions on the back end. So you only got to put your question once and then we'll get to it afterwards. And so this is what guys don't understand because see, look, there's a lot of times guys are thirsty and they don't even realize they're thirsty. Right. Meaning there's thirst in your actions.
Right.
Like, for example, I saw a video the other day where a guy was talking about how you should flake on a woman, right? And basically in the video, he was talking some shit like, oh, well, you know, if you flake on her, that's going to get her wondering why you flaked. And then that's going to make her, you know, wonder if you like her or not. And then that's going to increase her attraction to you. And I'm like, nigga, that's thirsty.
She ain't thinking about you, nigga.
You understand what I'm saying? That whole action is thirsty. Because what you're doing is you're overdoing it to try to get a woman to like you. You're doing so much more. You're going out of your way to try to get some chick to like you. That's thirsty.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You want a chick to like you so bad that you're going to purposely flake on her to get her to like you more. That's thirsty. You understand? Right. You trying to lie and manipulate and do trickery to try to get a girl to want to fuck with you. That's thirsty. You understand what I'm saying? So what you guys have to understand is that a lot of your actions that you're doing, you don't even realize that you're doing thirsty actions. You don't realize how deep the thirst gets because you don't realize that you're doing some type of thirsty ass shit. Because what you're doing is that you're overextending yourself for the woman. You're making the game about the woman. That's what thirstiness is in the first place. You're making the chick the game about her. You're like, I want her so bad, or I want her to feel a certain way or be about a certain way that I'm going to, on the back end, do a bunch of crazy manipulative tactics in order to try to get a girl to fucking want me. That's thirsty. You see what I'm saying? So you're doing way too much to try to get this shit popping. And a lot of guys don't really notice that or see that, but that's exactly what it is. You see what I mean? But dudes don't want to know. You know, they don't want to really understand what's popping off in them streets. But this is what we do. We're going to take some calls real quick. Then we're going to get to some of these questions. So we'll take a call and a question, call and a question. So, and guys, we're going to call up 516-387-1224. 516-387-1224 is the number. And donation rules apply. So let's go to 513. 513, what's popping? Who's this?
What up, guys? You know what it is? This is Chris from Cincinnati. Yes, I did donate $10.
Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. So what's going on, bro?
Not much, man. You guys took the thunder on what I was actually going to say. The exact situation I was in Sunday. I did something similar. I basically told this girl that I was going to take off her shirt, take off her bra to see those pretty breasts of hers, right? I seriously, I told her this, right? And similar response. It was like, oh, I'm done with the hookup stuff because she said that she's hooked up with guys previously, and she felt like she was being used. So I was in that situation Sunday. Now I was in a situation Saturday where I said the exact same thing, different result. Obviously we did our thing,
right?
But it just, man, it is just so funny. You and Miles just took my stuff, man.
Right? No, but that's what happens though. That's what happens. Just like what Miles was saying is one chick, she's going to be like, oh, you're being thirsty, this and this and that. And another chick, she's going to be about it because she's about fucking with you. You feel what I'm saying? So that's exactly how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah. It was, with the girl Sunday, she said to me that, oh, well, all you guys talk the same. All you guys want the same thing. I'm like, okay. I didn't know how to respond to that. Because he also said, well, why do I need you guys when I got a dildo at home?
Oh, shit.
I'm looking at it like,
yo, tell that bitch to have a good night, man. Have a good night.
Be like, all right, peace. We out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's funny. What's funny is that sometimes, you know how they say you could talk yourself out of pussy? Sometimes chicks could talk themselves out of dick. You understand what I'm saying?
Dick is a gift.
Right.
It's a gift. It's a gift.
I don't know if chicks ever, I don't know if it's sometimes. I believe chicks talk themselves out, because remember, we always want to give them dick, right?
Right. Exactly.
Right? Sex is the easiest thing for a bitch to get.
Exactly.
So if a bitch ain't fucking, she's talking herself out of dick all day, every day.
Exactly, right. So I'm saying.
I'm trying to tell niggas what's what.
Because what you saying, Chris, if I heard a chick say shit like that, I don't want to fuck you now. Like, I don't even want to, like, because what happens is this, right? Is that, okay, you know, like, okay, let's say, for example, right? Let's say, for example, like, you are in a situation, right? Let's say you're at a restaurant or some shit, right? And you're the only black person in the restaurant. And then 4 other niggas come in there and rob the restaurant, right? Now, it's you and 4 other niggas in the restaurant, right? And the other 4 niggas is robbing. You just eating your food, you chilling. Now, usually the first thing that's gonna come to my mind, if that was in my mind, I'm be like, yo, when the cops get here, they might think I'm with these niggas. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, just because I'm black, they might think I'm with these niggas. So I want to somehow disassociate from these niggas right here that's robbing the fucking bank. Because they might just think I'm with these niggas just because I'm black. You understand? And maybe I'm dressed like these motherfuckers. I don't know. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is this. When you're dealing with a chick and she's on some bullshit, right? What happens is that even you just giving her dick, you might say, you know what? This chick is a bitch. She's on some stupid shit, but I'll fuck her. Sometimes you might not even want to fuck her. Exactly. Because what happens is now you're just, you might be just with her energy. You understand? Even just fucking her. Meaning that you might fuck this girl, and let's say she gets obsessed with your ass for some reason, or she the next day feels like you took advantage of her and now she coming at you like you did some shit. She come through and key your car, whatever the fuck it is. You understand what I'm saying? Like, the fact is, you being with her, around her, in the vicinity, fucking with her in any type of fashion, just being in her presence is not a good thing. So when you notice that she's this type of girl who's on some, man, I got dildos for that, and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I can't fuck this girl. I can't do nothing. Like, I actually should end this right now because I don't even want any type of friction, or I don't want nobody even know. I want this to never had happened. I hope I don't ever want to see you again. We're done. I'm backing away. It's over. You understand? Because I don't even need for a nigga to say they sought me, right? Exactly. Ligrosso in the chat said guilty by association. It's like I'm associating myself with you even by fucking with you, just having sex with you. You understand what I'm saying? So when the chick is showing her ass like that, it's like, no, you talking yourself out of dick.
Dick is a gift.
You understand what I'm saying?
It's a gift.
It's crazy.
It's a gift.
So yeah, sometimes you gotta. I did a whole Bad Boy membership program about this called Don't Have Sex With Her, and I talk about the different types of girls you should not be having sex with.
Yo, you know what all men should do when they start the date? You know, give them a hug and be like, hey, what's up, how you doing? You look nice tonight, man. Thanks for coming out. And then you say to her, listen, so before we actually start the date, I'm gonna let you know that I want to give you this dick. I'm just asking you not to talk yourself out of it.
Facts. That's beautiful right there. I love that shit.
Like, if you start a date like that, bro, you'll save a lot of fucking time. I'm telling you.
Exactly, facts. Yo, that's some good shit. Everybody gonna start doing that shit now.
Let's see if you're gonna talk yourself out of this dick.
Right. That's crazy.
Right.
Yo, that's some real shit. But Chris, anything else you had to say before we move on?
Yeah, well, my question to you guys would be this. Okay, if you bring up sex and a woman's response is this, oh, I can get sex from anywhere, blah, 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 blah. How would you guys handle that situation? Because I've been in those situations with women when I bring up sex or, let's say, a sexual situation. Then they're like, oh, I can get that from any guy, anywhere. See what I'm saying?
Right. So just tell her this. Be like, listen.
How would you handle that?
Be like, listen, well, this is what I want you to do is go get sex anywhere else. And when you're ready to have sex with a real nigga, come holler at me. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got my number. Cool. Go have sex with everybody else you want to have sex with. And when you're done with that, come over here and fuck with me.
Right.
Like Boss Mac said that in the fucking documentary. He was like, a chick would be like, oh, I'm going to fuck somebody else. Well, go fuck somebody else. You understand what I'm saying? Go do what you're gonna do. Like, see, the reason why they bring that up or they try to do those things or shame you or whatever it is again, they're trying to get you to go towards their side. It's like it's really a desperate measure of trying to communicate, meaning that she's basically saying either I'm not that attracted to you, so I want you to do more things besides just having sex, or I'm so tired of just having sex with men and them tossing me to the side. Either way, she doesn't necessarily have the type of game to entice you to want to do other things with her that's non-sexual. You understand? Or she doesn't have the type of game to be the type of woman who's likable enough after the sex for you to want to keep seeing her.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because let's flip this around. Let's say if, you were talking to a girl, right? And you were saying like, you're talking to a chick and you're like, hey, like, why don't you just suck my dick right now? Like, why do you have to like ask me like questions like how's my day going? Like, just suck my dick. Like, come on. Like, what is with all this communication with this thing called words and stuff and all of that? Why don't you just get on your knees and suck my dick? Like, she's looking at you like, fuck is wrong with this nigga? Like, I probably was gonna suck his dick, but now I'm good. You goofy. So when you're looking at a chick and she's doing that, well, why is all this sex stuff and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, chick, you goofy. You understand what I'm saying? You're trying to fucking complain your way out of fucking me. You understand what I'm saying? That's not attractive. You see what I mean? So just tell her like, she's like, oh, well, I can go get dick. Well, cool. Then just go do what you do. And when you're ready to fuck with me, then you got my number. That's it. Like you can save a lot of time by just leaving the door open. Just be like, listen, whenever you're ready, come through. You got my number. And then you could end the date right there. Be like, well, listen, I'm going to go. You have my number. When you're ready to get this dick, just holler at me. You give her a hug, have a good night. And you just walk out.
That's it.
That's it.
or start hollering at other bitches in the spot.
Right. Exactly.
Guys, always remember, any date you're on, it's not really that you're on a date with a chick. Don't ever think of it that way. Don't ever think of it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Always remember, and this is why we tell you to set up dates at places that you like.
Right.
Because always remember that at any given time, any date can go south. So always remember that it's not really a date with the bitch. It's you going out and inviting her with you.
Mm-hmm.
So if and when it goes south, you're still in an environment that you enjoy. So you can still make best use of the time. You can still holler at somebody else. You can still, catch up with people. It's probably people there that you know. You understand what I'm saying? Or you're probably not too far from another spot that you like going to.
Right.
Because the thing is, the thing with these dates, and the reason why you don't want to do all of the FaceTiming and the phone calling and the texting in between is you want to see the girl face to face.
Right.
You want to give her a chance to qualify everything in person. And vice versa. And if it doesn't work, if it's not if neither of you can qualify each other for whatever reason,
right, then
at the very least, you're still in a place that you can still, create possibilities with other women if you need to.
Exactly.
You understand? Because here's the thing. You set up dates with these chicks on these dating apps or whatever, and a lot of them want to FaceTime or talk to you before. Why? Because they're trying to qualify you. Right. And it's like, that's not a level playing field for me. I don't think so.
Right.
Understand? Because these chicks are fickle, superficial. Half the time you FaceTime them, the phone is right up here. So all you can fucking see is their face.
Exactly.
I want to see a bitch face to face so I can look at her head to toe. And I could decide for myself. Because truth be told, a lot of the times these chicks are trying to hide their imperfections.
Exactly.
Because they're more insecure than you are. So can we FaceTime before we meet? Can we do this before we meet? Because they want to see if you are easily manipulated. They want to see if you're flexible. They want to see if they can control you.
Exactly.
So when they get on a date and they show all of their flaws in front of you, they can still manipulate you, even though despite all their flaws.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's the main reason. So that's why I tell these chicks, nah, no dates, no FaceTime, no call. You meet me face to face. You get dressed and you get in your car and you come out and you fucking meet me.
Right.
So if you really not feeling me, then I know for a fact you really not feeling me.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? You just like I'm able to look at you head to toe, you look at me head to toe. We come in for a hug, you smell my cologne, you hear the sound of my voice, you see how I carry myself. And then you can, and so when I start talking that flirtatious shit and you start calling me thirsty, I know right away exactly where it is and we're done.
Right.
But when I start talking that flirtatious shit and then you reciprocate and then we escalate, that's when we know that we're on the same page and we can move forward. You understand? All of that FaceTime, phone call, texting shit, that shit is just a bitch trying to find reasons not to fuck with you.
Exactly.
And at the same time, like she's trying to find your flaws, and at the same time, she's trying to hide all of hers.
Facts. And Nadia in the chat said, expecting head on the first date is delusional? What? Speak for yourself.
What?
What is she talking about? What is she talking about? Craziness. But Chris, so you got an answer to your question?
Yes. You guys took my thunder, but thank you guys so much.
Appreciate it, my brother. Appreciate the call, man. All right, so let's get to some of these questions in the chat. And guys, if you want to call in, calling number is 516-387-1224. So question we have here, Javante says, is it okay to tell a woman we're going to a hotel on the first night and give her a massage, or is that too straightforward? No, you can tell her that.
But
you can tell her that shit.
But Javante, if you're gonna go through the trouble of telling her y'all going to a hotel, please just don't tell her you're trying to give her a massage.
Right. If you try, because I know you want to fuck, so don't be.
Yeah, like if you're gonna pay, like, you know what I'm saying, if you're gonna go that far, you might as well tell her, hey, we gonna get a massage. I'm gonna give you a massage externally and internally. You feel me?
Exactly. So this one says, what do you do when she says other girls will do that, but I don't? When she's touching your chest and smiling, eye contact too. What the fuck? Again, listen.
Manipulation.
That's what I'm saying. All you guys got to understand is this, right? Women are testing you to see what type of guy you are. It's that simple. You understand? Like, if I have fake gold, right? And it's, matter of fact, it's so fake you can see it's turning brown. And I say to a motherfucker, yo, listen, bro, this is real gold, man. Look at how this shit is shining. And I give it to you for, $5,000, right? And you're like, okay. And you pay me $5,000 for this fake ass gold that's turning brown, right? Now I know you stupid. So now, because I know you stupid, then I can do more shit and take advantage of you. You understand what I'm saying? But if I say, yo, I'm gonna sell you this brown ass gold for 5 G's, you're like, man, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, okay, I can't fool that motherfucker. So I got to come at him different, right? That's how women do you. What they do is that they say, oh, other girls will do this, but I'm not gonna do this, and they're touching you and all that, and you're like, okay. And she's like, oh, this nigga's stupid. Okay, cool. I could keep taking advantage of him. You see what I'm saying? He's naive. So that's what you got to understand. Like, they're just testing to see how naive your ass is. You understand what I'm saying? So this one says, girls all like me in college. My friend got me into his religion. He told me to ignore girls even as friends, even though he tried with girls, refused dates and parties. Why did my friend give bad advice?
I don't understand that question, really.
He says,
I don't get it.
He's saying his friend got him into some religion and told him to ignore girls. So the religion is telling you to ignore girls, and you're listening to all of this shit. You understand? Like, what do you want to do with your life? Like, what the fuck are you being influenced by your friend and some religion he told you to follow? And listen, your friend is probably following some religion as justification for him not being able to get women.
Right.
So he's like, yo, you got to follow this religion because this religion says you got to be on your purpose and get your money up. You understand what I'm saying? And not fuck with women. You understand what I'm saying? So shout out to my dude K Zaggin in the chat. Said if they ain't fucking, they don't like you. Facts. But yeah, don't listen to your fucking goddamn friend with that bullshit. So this question says, I don't even know what that's referring to. You got to come back with that Chloe Ethis or whatever your name is. This wasn't even the question. My bad. Let me see. Always said on a date and being flirtatious, where I might get resistance, I'll be asking girls, do you hate sex or something? Hilarious. All right, so J98 said, can you give some more examples of flirting? The basis is just expressing that you want to have sex with her. Well, bro, this is why I tell y'all guys, get your ass on the Bad Boy membership, right? And I have a whole program called The Art of Flirting. You feel what I'm saying? Where I break down how to flirt. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure that you guys go to the Bad Boy membership and get that cracking. But just, as a quick note, you understand? All flirting is just showing your intentions sexually. You understand? It's showing that you want to do something sexual with the woman. It's showing that you are seeing her as somebody you want to interact with and have sex with, right? And then your words and your actions, express that. It's that simple.
Can I give an example?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Can I explain a little bit about flirting? Okay, so think of flirting as expressing sexual ideas without using sex in the vocabulary. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if a girl is say how people look at each other when they talk?
Right.
So when a girl is talking to you and she's looking at you, a good example for a simple example of how to flirt in a situation like that is just while she's talking, you just stop her and be like, hey, hold on. And then she'd be like, what? And then you say to her, why are you looking at me like that?
Right.
And then she'd be like, wait, how am I looking at you? And then you say, you know how you're looking at me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or you say, you looking at me like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're looking at me like you're undressing me with your eyes or something like that.
Right.
And we can flip the script. So I've been on dates with some girls who they don't want to look me straight in the face. Like they look around a lot. Say you're dealing with a girl that's like that.
Right.
And she's talking to you and she's looking around a lot. And you stop her. You stop her in mid-sentence and be like, hey, hold on. Then she'd be like, what? And you'd be like, I noticed that you have trouble making eye contact with me. Do I make you nervous?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is there some type of tension between us stopping you from making eye contact with me? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just making a conversation around sex without actually saying the words, like using sexual words. That's basically what flirting is. You understand what I'm saying? So, take those two examples and build on them. You understand? Like I said, if she's looking at you, say, oh, why are you looking at me like that? If she's not looking at you, be like, oh, how come you're not making any eye contact with me? Like whatever the fuck she's doing. You understand? Like if she's giggling at you, if she's laughing at your jokes, be like, oh, I know what that giggle means.
Right.
Whatever, it doesn't matter what it means. If she's wearing a red scarf, be like, hey, you know what the color red signifies, and I see you're wearing a red scarf.
Right.
Like it's super easy, bro. It's super easy.
And see, the thing is, you guys got to get more well versed in communication because you could talk about sex, but the thing is, that's actually the easier way to do it. Miles is saying is more advanced, truthfully, because most dudes, they, you know what I'm saying, they don't be knowing how to.
Right, you're right.
get into other shit, but
that's like nuanced conversation.
Right. But either way, the same premise is correct, meaning that the talk or the action or whatever you're doing has to imply sexual interaction, meaning like we're just not a man and a woman talking about the weather. You understand? Right. We're a man and a woman talking about us getting together. That's the main focus of that. You see what I'm saying? So hold on. Let me get this question says, should a guy stop seeing a girl he's been seeing for a few months? He's physically attracted to her, but his private parts won't go hard for her now after a few months of sex, but with others. Well, that's because you ain't sexually compatible, bro.
Yeah, leave her alone, man. You know
what I'm saying? Y'all ain't sexually compatible. You gotta leave that chick alone. Just keep it pushing. This question said, what does it really mean when a woman tries to sex shame you?
What?
It's easy. It just means that when you're expressing that you're trying to be sexual with her, you're trying to make sex happen, she tries to make you seem like you're wrong for wanting sex.
Right.
What sex shaming is.
I was gonna say too about the previous one. I was like, if you just like dating around and you dealing with different women and some women don't make your dick hard, don't fuck with them.
Right.
Don't fuck with them. You know, they say don't always listen to your dick. Well, sometimes you should.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, you know, because if you're pretty healthy, that means your dick is always getting hard. Right. And if your dick get hard for other chicks, then that's cool. If your dick is performing like it's supposed to perform, or if it's responding like it's supposed to respond, then pay attention to your brain.
Right.
And make correct decisions. However, if you're hanging out with a particular chick and she's making your dick soft all the time,
right,
probably an indicator that you should not be fucking with her.
Exactly.
You understand? Because remember, at the very core of what we're doing here is the very core of man-woman relation is procreation.
Right.
So if your joint stays soft, fucking with a chick, that's dick kryptonite. You don't want to do that.
Right.
You don't want to spend too much time around that person.
That's real shit. This nigga said, how can I auction off my virginity? Nigga, stop.
Maybe he could go on seeking arrangements.
Ain't nobody paying for this nigga virginity. Like, yo, you know how fucking arrogant women are, to where they're gonna be like, you should be paying me to fucking, it does. Nigga.
Well, look, Carson, I believe in you, bro. I believe that there is a woman out there that is willing to pay for your virginity.
Alpha Evolution turn it into NFT. Yo, that's funny. That's hilarious. All right, so Deshaun said, how do you respond when an older woman asks your age? Older chicks don't want to give me the number when I say my true age. Well, this is the thing. You know why they don't? It's not that they don't want to give you the number because you told them your age, right? They don't want to give you the number because they realized that they were running you. You understand what I'm saying? So what that means is this. You talking to some chick, right? That's an older chick. And you're like, listen, let's get some shit popping. Let's go. Let's make it happen. Let's exchange numbers, whatever. You say whatever the fuck you saying. And then the woman says, wait a second, how old are you? And then you're like, 19, right? As soon as you answered her question, you basically just complied with her requests. You understand what I'm saying? So the fact that you comply with her requests, right? That's why she ain't trying to fuck with you. See, y'all guys got to understand something. Like, let's flip it around. You say to the woman, hey, what's up, blah, 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 whatever. She's like, how old are you? You look at her and be like, don't worry about my age. You know you want me, right? Like, why are you worrying about my age? You understand? So let's get this shit cracking, right? So you're not answering any of her questions. You understand? She's the one who should be answering your questions. You understand? She says, how old are you? Be like, listen, I'm the one who asks the questions around here, not you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you got to be like that with women because that's what shows them that you're assertive, you're aggressive, you're dominant. And part of that is the thing that makes women want to fuck you. Because she's like, oh shit, this nigga just told me that he is the one who asked the questions? Damn. I wonder, you know, he probably gonna throw me against the wall in bed and fucking, you understand what I'm saying? But if you answering her questions, you're submitting to her. So why should she fuck with you? You see what I'm saying? That's why I try to tell you guys. Y'all can't have the women leading.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
At all.
Don't do that shit. Because as soon as you do that, she's looking at you like, you know, I can control this guy, whatever. You understand? And you become like the average nigga. You understand? So you gotta understand that shit. She said, do you be that flirtatious and sexual after saying hello and introducing yourself at a college campus? Oh, that's what you was asking. I mean, it don't matter if it's a college campus, a fucking bar, club, the bus stop, it don't matter. You understand what I'm saying? The thing is that y'all guys have to learn how to have a conversation. This is what Miles was talking about earlier when he was, you know, y'all got to know how to feel the interaction out. Y'all got to know how to dance with the situation. That's the problem. See, what a lot of y'all guys do, and this is the problem that happens when it comes to game, is that y'all are looking for like easy like things to just plop into place. You understand? It doesn't work that way. A conversation is unique. Every conversation you have is going to be unique. You'll hear similar things in similar conversations, but it's still going to be unique. So what happens is because the conversation is unique, you have to learn how to have conversations. You have to learn how to talk to women. You have to learn how to, you know, interact with chicks. You see what I'm saying? Because if you don't know how to do that, then you're not going to know how to think on your feet when you're talking to women. You see what I'm saying? You got to know how to do that shit. So it's not this like one size fits all conversation. You have to know how to be able to go back and forth, and that takes practice. This is why we tell you guys to go out there and you know, make shit happen. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what it is. Who's this? Max Pause. He said, my religious friend told me all that, but he still tried with girls and was unsuccessful. So I think you're right about with what you're saying. Yeah, your friend ain't got no bitches. Just call it a day with him. Tell him to pray to God or something. I don't know. Says J.A. says, Locario, do you think it's better to attract women with physique? And 111, we're going to get to your call in a second. You better not be a troll.
That's Nez.
That's Nez? Okay, cool. So it says, Locario, do you think it's better to attract women with physique, confidence, masculinity versus looks, money, status? I saw Ron Wills talk about this on his channel. Wanted to see your perspective. Well, yeah, it's definitely, look, if you're trying to attract women with the looks, money, and status, you're losing. Period. You understand what I'm saying? The whole looks, money, and status shit is not the thing that's going to make you really get women. I'm sorry to tell you guys. Like, it's not. Let's break this down. Your looks, right? Now, and this is why I'm glad I'm coming out with the damn looks don't matter book. But with your looks can get a woman physically attracted to you. But guess what happens? There's a lot of dudes out there who women would consider good looking. So if you're a good looking guy that women like, and they say you're good looking, okay, well, he's good looking. He's good looking. He's good looking. And all of them good looking niggas is in her inbox. Right? So your looks cancels out. So now it's like, we got to go beyond the looks. Money. Right? Unless you're homeless or super broke and ain't got a job. If you got a job and you're making good money, most niggas out there who is doing that got money. So that cancels out. Status, what the fuck is that even? You understand what I'm saying? Like, what do we even talk about when we talk about status? You understand what you got status because you got 300 people following you on Instagram? You got status because I don't know what the fuck is status. You see what I'm saying? Like, all of that shit is goofy shit. You see what I'm saying? So dudes who's, all about looks, money, and status always going to lose. You feel what I'm saying? If that's like your game plan. But let's go to this call real quick and then we'll get to some more questions in a second. Let's go with 111. What's popping? Who's this?
Yes, Nelson Munder.
Nez, what's going on, my brother? Did you donate?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Appreciate it. So what's good? What's going on?
Oh shit, he actually did. Okay.
Yeah,
So what's good?
Yeah, it's like Miles good.
What's up, Nez? How you doing, man? I'm good, man. Nice to hear your voice, man. What's going on with you?
I'm good, thanks. Yeah, first off, I just want to say to the guy that asked what you should say if a woman asks your age, just say old enough to do it right, young enough to do it often, or something along those lines.
I like that. That's good. That's what's up.
Yeah, I have a specific question. So when it comes to like validating women, because I know that that different dating coaches have different opinions on this and stuff, and other dating coaches say you shouldn't really validate them, and you say you should. But is there like a balance that you have to strike when it comes to that? Is there like a fine line between validating women and kind of showing them too much attention? Because the last chick who I fucked off Tinder in July, after we fucked, the last time I saw her, she sent me like a picture of herself on WhatsApp of her lying down in the on the bed. She was like fully clothed, but it was just her top half, and I sent her a reply saying, looking good with an X at the end, and I saw like the ticks go blue. But then, a day later, when I tried to invite her out again and like message her on WhatsApp to get her to come out, she didn't respond. So my question is like, was I right in validating her in that way, or did I kind of over egg the pudding, so to speak? Like, did I do too much in that situation?
Well, that's a funny way to put it. Well, this is the thing. See, then you already smashed this chick, right?
Yeah, once.
Right. Okay, cool. So this is the thing, man. When it comes to the whole validation thing, right? A lot of these guys, that tell you not to validate women, they're coming from a place of scarcity and lack and unsuccessful interactions with women. So what happens is that a lot of these guys, they don't really have that much success with women. So what they think is that, because this is what happens before, those type of guys, what they would do, they're like former nice guys. They're guys who they would, shower a woman with like attention, gifts, texts, calls, all of this stuff, and they wouldn't get no pussy. So now they're like, oh, well, maybe I should like stop doing that. And then, girls will like me. So let me not validate them and all this other shit. Right. So they're going from, all these different extremes. Right. Now, what you have to understand is this about validation. Right. Is that you need to understand and be aware of how women view you. Right. So that you can understand how to move in certain situations to make it the best situation for yourself. Now, this is what I mean, right? Generally speaking, you have your stance on how you do shit with women, right? That's one thing. Now, let's say you're dealing with a girl and she likes you, but because your game is so tight, you understand that there are women who are intimidated by you. So because there's women who are intimidated by you, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to let them know that it's okay to deal with you, which would mean you have to give them validation. You understand? It's almost like a person who's scared to do something and you're giving them a pep talk or a motivation talk or some shit to get them to do the thing that you want them to do or that they should do, but they're too scared to do it. So that's what validation is when you give a woman validation, but it depends on the man it's coming from. You see what I'm saying? So if you're a man who understands that you're valuable and you're on point, you also understand that some women are scared of you. You understand? And when I say scared of you, what I mean is they're intimidated. So when they're intimidated, they don't think that they're up to snuff to even be in your presence. So the only way that you can get them to calm the fuck down and be in your presence and do the thing that you need them to do is you have to validate them. You have to pat them on their head and say, listen, girl, it's okay. You can fuck with me. I know I'm like a super fly nigga and you think you ain't shit, but I got to let you know that it's okay for you to be here. right? So now the opposite with guys who don't have game or guys who usually are unattractive, what they do is that they say, well, I'm not going to validate a girl. I'm not going to tell her anything and blah, 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 right? The problem with those guys is that most of the time, those women don't give a fuck about them anyway. You understand what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter if they're validating them or not. Most of those guys are invisible to women anyway, because they say, oh, well, if you don't validate her, she's going to chase your validation. Why would she chase you if she don't give a fuck about you in the first place? Right? And most guys who think that way are guys that women didn't give a fuck about in the first place. You see what I'm saying? Now, to get to your specific situation, right? You had a situation where you smashed a chick, right? She hit you up, right? And then you tried to set something else up, and she didn't hit you back, right? When did you holler at her? When did you send her this text to get together?
Like the day after she sent me that photo.
Okay, and that was when, in July?
Yeah.
And she never texted you from then?
No.
Yeah, charge her ass to the game, bro. What did you text her? You text her?
No, I already did.
Right, so that's what I'm saying.
No. I'm just asking. I'm asking because I bought a new phone since then, and I wiped and sold the old one, so I don't have her number anymore. But what I'm saying is, like, it's just a specific situation that I had a question regarding. Because I wasn't really sure. Like,
no. See,
she found a guy that was better looking, you know, like a Chad.
This nigga, the Chad.
Like 6 foot one, 6, that type of thing.
See, it's not about you validating her that made her not hit you up. Is she just was done with you? You understand what I'm saying? So it didn't matter if you did validate her or not, or you did validate her. She was done with you, which is why she didn't return the call. You understand what I'm saying? See, some of y'all, let me tell you guys something. Do you guys know that sometimes women just want to fuck you and never call you again? Never see you again after that? They're done with you? Y'all don't understand that happens? Y'all don't realize this? Like, listen, let me tell you guys something. There's been times in my past where, you know, I'd hook up with a chick, and these are girls that I've seen like afterwards, like later on, just ran into them at event spots or whatever it is like that, right? And I've heard this on multiple occasions that they were done with me. I did a video like this a while ago. This was a chick that I hooked up with, right? And we hooked up one time. And I think she hit me up one more time after that, but I texted her back, and then we was, I guess, supposed to set up a time or whatever, but we just didn't, right? Next thing you know, 3 or 4 months pass, and I go through my phone, and I'm like, oh, let me go holler at this chick again, right? I holler at her, and I said, yo, what's up? Like, what you doing this weekend? Let's get together, right? And then she's like, who's this? And I say, yo, it's Locario, right? You know what she said to me? She said, oh, Locario, you're old news. That's literally what she said to me. She said, nigga, you are old news. You understand? Y'all gotta understand, sometimes a chick just like, you gotta understand something. Sometimes a chick is in a mood, and she'll fuck with you because she's in that mood to get some dick. Yeah. And then after that, she's just on to whatever else the fuck she doing.
On to the next.
On to the next.
That's a bitch with game.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. April said she's gonna use that one. But that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was like, your old news is over.
While you niggas is calling up dating YouTube live shows and asking about a bitch from 10 months ago, she's not even thinking about you.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
It was 6 months ago.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You're old news right now, Nez. It's over. Just you gotta keep that shit pushing and you know, go to another chick.
Yeah, I all but forgot about it. Yeah, but anyway. Hey, by the way, Miles, I always donate, man.
he's like,
I appreciate you, man. I really do appreciate you. That you're one of the guys that actually do donate, and I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
That's what's up, man. I'm gonna holler at you, man. Appreciate the call. Nez is about to set it on. He's like, Miles, fuck you mean?
Yo, you heard when I said 10 months ago? He's like, no, man. It was 2 months ago, man.
Hold on, let's go to. We're gonna go to 201. 201. What's popping? Who this?
Yo. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's going on? What's popping with you, man? Did you donate?
Yeah, I did donate, B. I should donate Cash
This nigga
App,
said B. You know what niggas say B? It's about to be some bullshit, but go ahead.
B. Oh shit, my B cut. I didn't mean to get you riled up, but yo, I'm actually serious. Like, cause I'm going to the club tonight with my boy. And the thing is that like when I go, I feel like I got game. I'm spitting facts. These bitches. I'm not even playing. Like I really am spitting just straight facts. And but I get so riled up.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
Why are you lying, bro?
Bro, I'm dead ass not lying.
What's your question? What's your question?
I feel like I act thirsty though because I'm just spitting. Like I just get like, bro, I have mad energy. I'm so fucking energetic. I'm like a horny little rabbit. Like and so I need to chill out. Like so, you know what I mean?
What's the question?
My question is like, how do I like chill out a little bit in the club? Like, cause I feel like there's music, it's dancing and shit, and my energy is good. My energy is like super good, and bitches like feed into that shit a little bit, but then I don't know how to like reel it back in to be, how to like execute properly to bring them back. Like I
Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here!
I had to cut him off. I couldn't take it. So let's get back to some of these questions. So guys, call up. Caller number is 516-387-1224. 516-387-1224. He says, so then being thirsty would be when you use words like sex and similar words directly? No,
man.
Not at all.
What do y'all be listening to?
Exactly. Listen, thirsty is in the intentions and in the actions behind that intention, right? So, this is thirsty, right? A thirsty guy would say, "Yo, I want to have sex with you," and she's like, "Nah, I'm good." And he's like, "Come on, I want to have sex. Like, let's just have sex." She's like, "No, I'm good." He's like, "But I'm just saying, I just want to stick my dick in." That's thirsty, right? A guy saying, "I want to have sex," and then the woman reciprocating that, and they have sex, that's not thirsty. A guy saying he wants to have sex and the girl says no, and he's like, "All right, peace out, you have a good night," that's not thirsty. So it's just not about saying, oh, sex or saying something sexual is thirsty. It's the intention, it's how you go about it. You see what I'm saying? That's what you guys have to understand. So now let's go to says, "What's up, Locario Miles? Why are you guys not admitting that they are scared to approach women?" Why are guys not admitting they're scared to approach women? I approached a woman on the ferry in Manhattan and it was not that scary. Well, that's the thing. If dudes will actually start approaching chicks, they'd realize that it's not scary. They realize that it's not a big fucking deal. You feel what I'm saying? Okay, so let's go to hold on. Maxwell says 13 years ago, a girl liked me a lot. Why y'all talking about girls from 13 years ago? I refused her. 13 years later, she sees me on a dating app and tells me she could never forget my face. I asked to go to her place. We kiss, but she later ghosts. Why? Because she not feeling you, man.
Yes.
She's ghosting you.
The picture of you that she had in her mind wasn't what she expected in real life.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happened with that. But y'all motherfuckers, y'all be talking about chicks when, from yonder and yesteryear and shit. Jesus Christ.
No, man, it was only 12 years ago. It wasn't 10. It wasn't 13 years ago. It was only 12 years ago.
Somebody said, what is going on when a guy can't have sex unless he has an emotion? What? What is going on when a guy can't have sex unless he has an emotional connection? Nigga, you might have a vagina, my brother. If that's going on, I mean, you might need to check your nuts. You might need to check your nuts, my dude.
Wait, what do you mean you can't have sex? Do you mean like your dick can't get hard, or?
That's what it sounds like. He sounds like he can't have sex unless he has an emotional connection. Like what?
No, it's not him. He's asking for a friend.
Keith said these niggas need consultations. That's facts. Oh my God.
Yeah, somebody just scheduled a consultation with me for 9:00 tomorrow morning. So while we was on the show.
Could you imagine being you out to hook up with a chick and your dick can't get hard and you're like, listen, girl, I just need an emotional connection to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, can we talk more? Can we get to know each other? You know, I just like, what? See, if my dick can't get hard, I'd rather just say, look, my shit ain't working right now. Emotional connection. What? Come on, son.
Yeah.
Come on. That's wild. That's wild. That's crazy.
Locario, why are you being emotionally unavailable?
I know. Do you guys know that women don't even need to have an emotional connection to fuck with you? What are you talking about? They say that shit to y'all to fool y'all niggas that they don't want to have sex with. But a chick don't need no goddamn emotional connection to fuck with you. How you think chicks meet a nigga in the club and fuck him in the bathroom within 10 minutes? What type of emotional connection she having? You understand what I'm saying? Like, she just want to get that dick.
Dick is a gift.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all she wants.
It's a gift.
You know what I mean?
It's a gift.
So let's go to this other question. You said, how do you figure out how what chicks view you? Does it even matter? Most girls see you differently. No. Okay, so he's asking, how do you understand how chicks view you? This is what I'm talking about when you guys need to actually go outside and really start fucking with chicks. Because what I mean by understanding how women view you, when I'm saying how women view you, I'm talking about in general. Because once you know how women view you in general, then you have an advantage on how to move. You understand? Because sometimes you end up not making shit happen because you don't understand how women view you. So what I mean is this, is that let's say, for example, you're a guy, you go out and you approach girls, you holler at girls, and you're interacting with chicks on dating apps and all this other stuff, right? Now, let's say you're talking to a bunch of different girls, and then you start to notice that women start saying, let's say, for example, they say to you, you know, you seem like a player. And then you hear it from another girl, you're a player, aren't you? Mm-hmm. Like, and another girl, like, you must say that to all the girls. You just got that player vibe. So what does that mean? That means a lot of women see me as a player. Now, what is the result of women seeing you as a player, right? Some of the results could be, oh, I don't want to mess with you because you seem like a player. Oh, I don't know. You just seem like you got a lot of girls and I'm feeling a blah, 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 blah. So you're saying, damn, well, you know what? I am getting some pussy, but I'm noticing that there's a lot of times where women are scared to fuck with me because they see me as a player. So now what does that mean? That means that you understand that that's happening. So now you're talking to a girl you want to smash, right? And before she even says it, you can say it. You're like, girl, listen, I know you think I'm a player, right? You think I'm a player, don't you? You see what I'm saying? You probably think I got a bunch of girls. And, you know, maybe I do, maybe I don't. But let's get that out the way for a second. Me and you right now feeling each other, right? So how about we actually just worry about me and you and think about me and you actually having a good time right now? You see what I'm saying? So you already got the player thing out the way. So she knows that you're self-aware. She understands that you know what it is. And so now she can just go along with the ride of what you're trying to do. You understand? So what happens is that if you don't actually, if you're not aware how women view you, right? then what's going to happen is that a lot of times you'll get into situations where you're dealing with these girls and they're responding to you based off of how they usually view you. You understand? Because a woman could view you she could see you as a trick. A lot of women can see you as a trick. So now they're coming at you like you're a trick, but you're like, I ain't no trick. I'm just trying to fuck. So now you're going to have to figure out, how do I maneuver so that these women who think I'm a trick, or what is it about me that's making women think I'm a trick? You see what I'm saying? So this is why I'm saying being self-aware of what's going on and how these women view you can give you an advantage in a game. You see what I'm saying?
Again, you got see a lot of these when I see questions like this, what I hear is, see, look, a lot of you guys think that the knowledge that we spit on these videos can replace actual experience in the game.
Exactly.
You I understand you're trying to be prepared, but nothing teaches like experience.
Right.
There's no greater teacher than experience. So even though you sit there, you listen to us talk this shit, still got to go out there and talk to these females, guys.
Exactly.
You understand? You still got to go out there and holler at these females. And the Abercrombie variant is not as lethal as the other one. So stop being afraid, man. Go out there and talk to these girls, man. Stop.
Right. That's facts. So let's go. We're going to go to 201, and then we're going to get to some more questions after that. 201 was popping. Who this?
Yo, it's Evan. Look, I know you hung up on me before. I'm sorry. Can we start over? Like, I'm serious. Like, I'm gonna chill out and actually like ask a real question. Like, I got loud up.
That's exactly how it go with the bitches in the club, right? Be like, hey, baby, can we start over?
All right. So, what's your question, bro?
Yeah, I appreciate you talking to me again. But listen, so what was I gonna say? First, I want to say this is that also to the guys listening. All the broad knowledge you guys give on this call can't replace an individual one-on-one coach where you guys can see eye to eye. I mean, that's like so imperative. But anyways, I'm gonna answer my question. Because I honestly want to get one-on-one coaching too. But I mean, you hung up on me. I'm getting a little sad. Sorry, I'm getting riled up again. I'm gonna ask my question. My bad, but okay. My question. I just asked you a question. So, I was getting to it before. Is that when I'm in the club, I don't know how to execute because I really do be talking to some girls. Like I talk to the females, but I don't execute right. Like I just keep blibber blabbering and talking nonsense. But I mean, and it seems like they're eating it up, and then all of a sudden they're not interested in me. It seems like, and I feel like I talk.
Yo, shut the fuck up. Listen. Here's what you need to do. You're already in a club with the music blasting and shit, right? Try to focus more on body language. You understand? So pull up to a chick, look her in her face. Instead of whispering in her ear, nuzzle your nose in her neck and then give her a little peck on the neck. And if she pulls away from you, then she's not feeling you. If she stays there or if she moves closer into you or hugs you, then that means she's feeling you. After that, you take her by the hand and you leave the club. That's it.
Right. Or wait, hold on. Are you on a Bad Boy membership?
I'm not on the Bad Boy membership, but I gotta say I've been fucking watching your guys' videos for the past week, like nonstop.
Nigga, I'm telling you, get on the Bad Boy membership because I have a whole program called How to Get Girls from the Club Back to Your Place. Where I break all of it down.
Word.
I break it all down.
Oh, word.
I teach you how to get the girls from the club that night to your spot. You understand what I'm saying? And I also have a program called Same Day Lay where I teach you how to meet women and fuck them on the same day. It's all on the Bad Boy membership, my brother. So make sure you get up on there and join that shit and get that shit cracking. But we appreciate the call, man. All right, so let's get to more of these questions.
Yes.
Okay, so this says, hold on. This one says,
his connection.
It's not a question. He just guys, you gotta put if it's a question, not a statement. You know, statements a question. It says, do majority of women want to be approached? I feel like a lot of them don't. Hold on, let me hit my button real quick.
calls himself a lonely guy. Oh man. See. Oh man.
Name.
Oh.
That's why you're having issues. Yes, women want to be approached. All of them. All of them. Not some, not many. All of them want to be approached. All of them. You understand? Don't let these women fool you. What happens is they want to be approached by the guys that they like. Now, who are the guys they like? Nobody knows until the guy they likes approach them.
Right.
So what does that mean? That means you need to approach women and then find the women that like you.
Yes.
That's it. You feel what I'm saying? All women like to be approached. All of them. You understand what I'm saying? All of them. There is no woman on this planet that doesn't want to be approached by a man that she's attracted to. Period. It doesn't. They don't exist. You understand what I'm saying? They do not exist. You understand?
See, a lonely guy. Being a lonely guy is a lot like being in love. No one can tell you you're a lonely guy.
Right.
It's no.
Right. Exactly. I'm like, yo, that fucking screen name. You gotta be careful about your screen names.
Even that, because that's.
I don't understand how deep the game goes.
Y'all really don't, man. Y'all really fucking don't. Like, what kind of results? What kind of attitude and energy do you think you bring with you when you're walking past a bitch or you're walking up to a bitch with a screen name, a lonely guy?
Right.
They can feel your fucking emo, melancholy anime energy from a mile away.
Right.
And they're looking at you like, ooh.
Right.
This guy, I feel the depression just oozing off of him. He ain't even saying nothing to me yet.
Right, right.
Like,
it's crazy. It's crazy. Yo,
that's lonely guy. Go to Instagram. Go to Miles in the Game and click on the link in the bio and set up a 60-minute consultation.
Facts.
You know, because just based on your avatar and your screen name, there's a lot that needs to get unpacked.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to break you down so we can build you back up, bro.
Facts. Real talk. All right, so let's get to some more of these questions. If you guys have a question, put a Q in the chat. Jay says, can you give some examples of flirting? Actually, I can. And you can get all those examples by going to the Bad Boy membership and checking out the program, The Art of Flirting. There you go. All right. It says, do you open up with your feelings with your main chick, or do you stay cold to these hoes? That's a good question.
It depends.
That's a fucking question. It depends. Yeah, this is the thing. If you've been with a girl for a while, like a long time, she's going to see you feeling certain ways that you feel at certain times. You understand? It's just natural, right? The thing is, though, is that you don't want to overdo it. You understand? Because when you overdo it, then what happens is that you're fucking up the dynamic of your relationship. Because see, it's like you know, when you're making a certain type of food and you use too much salt or too much butter or too much of whatever and it fucks up the thing. Like you just got to use you can use a little bit. So you can have a little bit of, yeah, I had a bad day, you know, this and this and that, but I'm gonna keep it pushing, right? And she could see it on your face that you kind of like, you know, feeling a certain type of way about certain thing. And it is what it is, because you're human. It is what it is. But you don't want to be the type of dude that all the time you're sitting there moping around, crying on your girl's shoulder. That's not cool. You understand what I'm saying? That's not cool. You feel what I mean? So just understand that. Now, Chris the Player, you said, Locario, can women be too intimidated to call you if you are too on point and she feel like she ain't shit, even though she was clearly feeling you? Well, yes and no. I'm gonna tell you why. And I did a consultation with this dude, and I was telling him this, is that if you give a girl your number and you tell her to call you, right? You're gonna have a better time of her calling you the more clear and concise your instructions are for her to call you. You understand? So like if you meet a girl at a bar or some shit or wherever, and you say, hey, I want to give you my number, call me this weekend, right? That girl might be intimidated by you and she might not call you. Now, the reason why she might not call you is because you told her to call you, but you left it very open-ended. So now that you left it open-ended, you didn't really give her technically more detailed instructions on what to do. So now she's going to be like, well, he said this weekend, should I call him Friday or should I call him Saturday? Should I call him Friday night or Saturday night or maybe even Sunday? I don't know. When should I call? So now all of this like anxiety of what to do, when to call you or should you call you or whatever. Now that she's feeling all that, she's emotional. She's like, fuck it. I don't feel like doing nothing because I don't want to have to deal with that. Right now, if you tell her, hey, listen, call me this weekend, Saturday at 5 p.m. Right now, she has instructions on to call you. So she has a guideline of what day and what time. So you made it easier for her to, make the shit pop off. You see what I mean? So the thing is that what happens is that you need to be able to guide the woman through the whole, the entire situation. So even when you're telling a woman to call you, remember, you still have to give her instructions on how to do it, when to do it. You understand what I'm saying? So that's very, very important. All right. So let's go to this question and we'll get to some calls in a second. It says, I go to university in Ireland. I still live with my mom, even though I'm 22, coming to 23, embarrassed to take women back to my mother's place. So I ignore women, but this seems to make them want me more. Hold on, wait, I gotta hit this button. And then I gotta hit this button.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop fucking lying.
Why y'all be lying? Or like either dudes lie or they're just very delusional. You understand? It's lying or just straight delusion.
Or I live with my mom.
Right. And he's like, I'm embarrassed to take women back to my mother's place. So I ignore them. And that just makes them want me more. Why?
Why?
They don't want you, nigga. What are you talking about? Stop. Listen, your language exposes you. Why would a woman want a guy who is embarrassed to take them to his crib? The fact that you're embarrassed to take them to your crib means that you have some sort of fear, some sort of anxiety about that, which means that you're not confident. If you're not confident, who are these women that want you? You see what I'm saying? They don't want you more. Stop it. This is what's happening. You're ignoring women because you're scared to talk to women. And you're scared to talk to women because you're just generally scared to talk to them, but you're embarrassed that you're living at home with your mom. So now to make yourself feel better, you want to come up with the delusion or the fucking fantasy that they want you more because you're ignoring them. Bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? So the real issue is that you're scared to deal with women. That's the real issue. You understand? The 01T, whatever your name is. Y'all can't get past us with the bullshit. I'm telling y'all, like we know these things, guys. Stop with the nonsense, man. Talking about, yo, they just want me more, even though I'm scared to talk to women. Like, really? Come on, son. Stop. But let's go to some of these calls real quick. Go to 713 and then 732. 713 was popping. Who this?
Oh, yes, sir. How you doing, Locario? How you doing, Miles? This is the monogamous player. Happy Friday. And yes, sir, I donated.
What up? What's going
on? Yes, sir. Three things I just want to talk about. The first thing I just want to talk about is basically what y'all was just talking about. I just don't understand. I'm just being honest, Mr. Locario. I was 26, 27 years old before, after college, trying to get my career as a teacher started, staying with my parents, right? And I was still bringing mad bitches to my house, and I wasn't bringing young bitches to my house. I'm bringing bitches my age and up to my house.
Right.
So if the bitches that was already established or whatever is still coming to my house, then that means that looks, money, and status, all that shit is out the window. Dudes be trying to find like the smallest thing to basically like cause the excuse of, oh, this is the reason why I'm not getting no pussy because I stay at home with my parents.
Right.
Man, bro, I fucked so many bitches while my parents was at home.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the bitches said hello to my mom and my dad while on the way to my room.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? So as I say, like, that's not an excuse. If you got sex appeal and you know how to talk to bitches, that's not an excuse. Another thing I want to talk about, Mr. Locario, I saw your video last night. It was a great video, by the way, about guys not controlling their emotions.
Right.
That video that you did last night. The one thing that I really, really wanted to critique that guy is a lot of guys give women, now, I do believe in validating women, but I don't believe in validating women to where you're putting yourself down and you're putting her on a pedestal.
Right.
There's still a balance, right?
Right.
The way that he came, first of all, he asked you this: if I was the only guy, if we were stuck on an island and I was the only guy on Earth, would you smash me? First of all, if you was the only guy or if that was the only chick, that's already settling because that's the last person on Earth. So you already coming to her, you know what I'm saying, and putting that frame of mind in her mind, like, oh, okay, so I'm settling for you if you're the only guy.
Right.
Now, if you flirting with a girl and you trying to build that sexual tension and she just not trying to smash, then just be like, okay, sweetie, I understand that, you know what I'm saying, and move on to the next chick. But the fact that he was trying to put her in the frame of mind of being sexually attracted to her, but saying that if I was the only guy on Earth, like, would you, like, at that point, you already sound like a guy that don't have game.
Right.
Or you already sound like a guy that's not the highest value guy in a woman's mind. So of course she's gonna be like, no, nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the fact that he got mad and was blowing up and all that and talking about I beat off to you, and he put her on a pedestal. That's all I wanted to say. He really put her on a pedestal. And another thing, Mr. Locario, I did send those profile pictures with a donation last week on Sunday. So I just want to let you know that I sent those pictures.
Well, that's what's up, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're gonna do that again in January. We're gonna do another show where we critique you guys pictures on your profile. So, send those into questions for Locario, the number 4 Locario@gmail.com. And we'll get to those like probably in the middle of January. We're gonna do that, but we'll announce it and make it happen. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But that's all I wanted, guys. Hey, happy holidays. Y'all have a great weekend and talk to y'all soon.
All right, my brother. Peace.
All right. Take it easy.
All right. So let's go to 732 then 469. 732. What up? What's popping?
What's good? What's good, Locario? What's good, Miles? It's Rashawn, Jersey. I donated.
Appreciate it. So what's going on?
All right. So same thing with me. 3 things. I want to touch on the emotion piece. As far as the guy that asked the girl yesterday online if he was the last person on Earth, would she want to reproduce? My thing was like, why you gotta ask it from that angle? Like, you already shooting yourself down and make it that extreme. Last person on Earth. And another thing is, it's like I feel, well, this is actually a fact, but it's dangerous to have such sensitive men out here. You know what I'm saying? That type of thin skin is the same type of thin skin that get a guy to shoot up a club because somebody stepped on his sneakers.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like you said before, disattach yourself from your ego because it's not real. You understand what I'm saying? And women find that attractive when you can take their womanhood, when you can take the shit they say. Shit, even as men, we don't want to be cool with a man that's sensitive to everything we say because we can't have productive conversations at good times. But that's all I'm going to say right there. Now, as far as the thirstiness, I like that you're bringing up this topic. Because it's like, it's too many women to be thirsty over one.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, and my thing is, Locario and Miles, I think thirstiness goes farther than just being persistent on a woman that told you no.
Right.
I go as far as saying thirstiness is you wanting to be accepted by everybody and liked by everybody. To be indirect to try to guarantee an outcome.
Right.
Thirstiness is you just doing anything possible, and you may not just want sex. You might want to be liked. You may want to be accepted. You may want to be perceived a certain way that badly. That, to me, that's all thirsty. Because if you have those traits going towards a woman, she's automatically going to understand what type of guy you are and understand that she can use you.
Right.
But lastly, lastly, I want to ask y'all this question. Now, as far as the opposite of thirsty, I don't know the term for it, but I guess outcome independent. Maybe that's a good one. But I noticed in my life, some of y'all agree, it's like when I was like less worried about things going my way and just doing it just to get a outcome. Things went my way more. Like people were more willing to give me shit when I didn't really need it or felt like I needed it.
Right.
Do y'all understand where I'm coming from?
Oh no, I agreed. And well, that's what actually happens though. See, you know, it's the funny part. Thirstiness, and this is the thing, thirstiness actually makes it harder for you to get the thing you want to get. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's
why is that?
And the reason why is because it's actually a transfer. It's the way that energy is transferred. You understand? Meaning that if I'm thirsty to make something happen, right? What I'm usually doing is that I'm pushing too hard or I'm doing so much, right? In order to get that thing. So let's say like this is me right here on this side of the screen, right? And the thing that I want is on this side of the screen, right? Now, what naturally should happen is this, right? Where we come together and it's coming towards me, right? But if I'm like pushing and pushing and pushing, the thing is like, yo, like back the fuck up, nigga. Like give me some room to give you what you want. But the thing is that if you're not giving the room for whatever it is that you want to come to you, you understand what I'm saying in that regard, then what happens is that there's an imbalance. You see what I'm saying? Because the more that you're pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and being super thirsty with it, the more that thing that you're trying to chase is going to go away. You understand what I'm saying? You have to leave space for that thing to do what it needs to do to also get to you. So just like if I'm approaching a chick or whatever, right? And I holler at her, right? I go and I say, yo, miss, what's up? How you doing? Yada, 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 right? And then I wait for her to respond to my greeting. You feel what I'm saying? And then when she responds to that, she's like, oh, how are you doing? And then I go back and we go back and forth and then we create a situation. Versus if I was to go up to a chick and I'm like, hey, miss, how you doing? And then she's just walking away because she's not really that like interested like that or whatever. Or let's say she stands there and I'm just blurting shit out. Hey, miss, how you doing? Listen, blah, 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 blah. I got to get a bit. And it's like, yo, relax. You know what I'm saying? You're not giving space for whatever it is that you want to actually come towards you or to make what it needs to do. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. So it's like a lot of times guys don't realize or recognize that their thirstiness is actually making it harder for them to get the thing that they want to get when it comes to, you know, specifically dealing with women, because there's part of the side that the woman wants to be able to still come at you also. And if you're not giving her that space to do that, you feel what I'm saying? Then that creates a situation where she doesn't feel interested or attracted to make that happen because you're not giving her that space. And also what guys have to understand too is that sometimes there are people or there are women that you're going to deal with that you're not supposed to be dealing with anyway, meaning that you're supposed to get rejected by this girl or whatever. You and this girl are not supposed to work out. So even trying to be thirsty in that sense of trying to get at a girl who's not really trying to fuck with you is just wasting time and just putting more pressure on a situation where it doesn't even need to be. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. Y'all have a good one.
All right, man. Appreciate the call, my brother. All right. But yeah, that's what you guys understand, man. It's like, it's interesting how, you know, that's like the ironic part about it. You know what I'm saying? Like that thirstiness, you're trying to go get the thing, but then it's harder for you to get the thing because you're so fucking thirsty. You understand what I'm saying? It's insane how that works. And then it's like you get more shit when you're just sort of like you're going after what you want, but you're not being on some, well, I got like, you know, oh, this has to happen. And if it doesn't happen, I'm going to kill you. And this is going to be like, you know what I mean? It's like, relax, bro.
there is such thing as wanting something too bad.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right.
Because life works in certain ways where you can have a goal in mind, but there's something about the formation of a goal. Sometimes we form goals at a certain point in our lives when we're more focused on ego.
Right.
Like, for example, there was a time in my life where I was dead set on becoming an computer engineer because I thought that could get me a 6-figure job and so I could live a comfortable life. But there was more that I needed to learn about life, and in order for my goals to readjust.
Right.
You understand? So I can actually pursue a goal that spoke to me as an individual. Because when I made that goal, I was just desperate for money and a comfortable life. I didn't really totally know what I wanted. But after, living and learning and realizing more about who I really was, I realized that having a computer engineering degree wasn't for me. Shit, having a fucking college degree wasn't for me at all. You understand what I'm saying? Truthfully. But again, if I had pursued that degree in desperation, I would have taken the wrong path down. I mean, I would have taken the wrong path in life. Right. So that's what happens when you want something too bad, where it's like, sometimes even if you have a goal, being desperate to accomplish the goal can sometimes trip you up, because there are times when you need to readjust, when you need to look at who you are and look at who you've become and the things you've learned about life, and realize, hey, actually, I need to do this, or maybe I need to readjust my goals just a little bit because now I've learned new information. You understand what I'm saying? But sometimes, so it's the same thing like you said, like you see a girl and she seems like the perfect girl and she's sexy and you want her. And it's like, oh, I want her. And then you try to, you shoot your shot. Then she's like, oh, I'm not really feeling you. And that's when you start to act thirsty. You start to really, we got to get together. There's nobody. If I can't have you, then nobody can have you.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, nah, bro. Like, meanwhile, there's a chick standing right next to her that's been eyeing you the whole night. And all you needed to do was leave that chick who's not feeling you alone, turn to her and say, hey, how you doing?
Right.
You understand? And then it would have flowed easy from there.
Right.
You understand? So sometimes, you have to readjust. Sometimes you can't just, like, desperation doesn't help you necessarily. There's a difference between being desperate and being, confident about what you want. Because a strong, confident person is not afraid of readjusting and learning new things and realizing that they can make adjustments to their goals.
Right.
You understand? Sometimes there's a lot of fear in holding on to something that doesn't want to hold on to us.
Facts. That's some real shit.
But like all of these guys calling and asking about chicks years ago.
Right.
A lot of that has to do with guys not wanting to really get out of their comfort zone.
Right.
You understand? Because pursuing that one chick is like a comfortable place for them. It's like, well, I'm pursuing her. I know her. I know where she lives. I know her number. So I'm gonna just stick with pursuing her, even though she got me in the friend zone these last 5 years.
Right.
And they don't ever want to, you know what I'm saying? They don't ever want to like expand and be like, yo, let me holler at some other chicks, because there's always unknown factors when you're trying to holler at different people. But you gotta have confidence and be strong enough to deal with those unknowns.
That's facts. So let's go to 469. 469 was popping. Who this?
Locario, what's up? Miles, what's up?
What up, my brother? What's going on? Did you donate?
Yeah. Yes, I did. I donated $5 to your cash app.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, this is Keith. Yeah, this is Keith again. It's been like a year since I called, but I'm gonna get straight to the point. So I've been on Bumble for the past month, and I've screenshotted some examples of me setting up the date immediately, and I wanted to get your perspective of how I did.
Okay, so what happened?
All right, so I set up a date with one girl. We matched on Bumble, and she messaged me. She says, "Hi." I said, "Hi, how are you?" She says, "I'm well." And then I say, "So what are your plans Sunday afternoon?" She says, "No plans as of yet." And then as soon as she says that, I tell her, "I want you to meet me at this place, at this address, at this time, on this day." And she says, "I can do that." but tell me a little bit more about yourself.
Oh,
is this
damn
a date?
it. Oh, as soon as I hold on.
Wait, what happened after that?
You know, almost got a heart attack when she said it, but go ahead. So she said, tell me a little bit about yourself. Is that what she said?
Yes, and then she says, ... is this a date? ?
Oh my God.
And then I said, yes, I said, yes, it's a date. She says, yay, LOL. So tell me a little bit about yourself. And then I said, we can talk plenty on the date.
Yes.
There you go.
And then she says, I didn't ask for your life story. I just asked you to tell me a little bit about yourself. If you'd rather.
Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
She said, I didn't ask you for your life story. I just asked you to tell me a little bit about yourself. If you'd rather, we can talk, but I'd like to know about you before our date. I didn't respond after that.
Yeah, cut her off.
You're good. You're good, bro.
Yeah.
She's done. She's charged.
So did you notice any mistakes in that, or?
Nope.
No, that was good. That was good. I like that. You set it up to where she told you when she was free. You set up a date. She said cool, and then she hit you with the and it's funny because you gave her a chance. You said we'll talk on the date,
right?
And then she's like, but I want to know a little bit about you and blah 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 blah. And then you just got to tell her this.
Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here!
Respectfully, you understand? Like you got to tell them to get the fuck out of here, respectfully. You feel me? But now you did good.
And then I have and I have one more, and it's pretty much kind of the same thing, but I'm just gonna read it to you.
Right.
I matched with another woman. She says, "Hey, how are you?" I said, "I'm well. So what are your plans Sunday afternoon?"
Right.
I'm not sure yet. Yeah. She says, "I'm not sure yet." You? And then I put the same copy and paste message that I did the other chick.
Right.
And with the day and the time and the place and all that. And she says, I will let you know if I can. I have to figure out first if I will have my son this weekend or not. That's okay.
We don't need that. Cole, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why you don't need that. I'm gonna tell you exactly why you don't need that. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a single parent mother, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with fucking with a woman that got kids, right? But here's where she went wrong. You want to deal with a bitch that knows her fucking schedule when it comes to her kids. You're not trying to fuck with a bitch that the whole custody situation is a toss up. So anytime she could be like, "Oh, I can't make it because I got my kids this weekend."
Exactly.
You need to be fucking with a chick that knows her schedule to the point where she doesn't have to mention a child to you in the first couple of fucking texts. Why do I need to know about your kids?
Right. Exactly.
Let me tell you something. On dating apps, if a bitch takes a picture with her child, I don't match.
Facts.
Let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck. This is my opinion. Y'all can disagree, whatever. Any bitch that's putting her kids out there like that, I don't want to fuck with her. I want to fuck with a bitch where if she's dealing with kids, her schedule is well known to the point where she don't even have to mention it to me. She only has to tell me whether or not she's available this Sunday.
Right.
If she's not available this Sunday, when is your next available evening?
Right.
Okay, my next available evening is Wednesday. She don't gotta say, "Oh, I can't see you tonight because I got my kids this weekend." Right. Out of here, bitch. I don't need to know all of that.
Right.
And you don't need to be telling a perfect stranger all of that neither.
Facts. Hashtag fuck them kids. You understand what I'm saying?
Think about if it was your kids. Would you really want a bitch saying all of that shit about your kids to some unknown nigga?
Exactly, right.
Not a good bitch.
That's facts.
So number one, she don't need to be telling you about her kids. Number two, you don't want to fuck with no bitch that her fucking the time spent with her kids is a fucking toss up. You want to fuck with a bitch where her and her husband, her and her ex or whoever it was, her baby daddy or whatever it is, they are good co-parents. And usually if a bitch has a schedule on her kids, like, well, he gets them that weekend, I get them this weekend, that usually means that she has a decent relationship with her ex.
Right.
Because the schedule concerning her kids is on point and consistent.
Right.
You understand? Any bitch that whether or not she got her kids this weekend is a toss-up, that means she don't have the best relationship with her ex-nigga. And that's a problem for you coming into the picture.
Right. Exactly.
As soon as you start, that's why I tell you guys, bro, and understand this. This is how most of your interactions on dating apps should be. Right. That's what a lot of y'all niggas don't understand. Y'all match with one or two bitches, and because the chick is cute, y'all get emotionally invested. Like, oh my God, I hope we get on a date. And if she want a Facebook, we could do whatever. She want a phone conversation, we could do whatever. I'll stay on this bitch and talk to her as long as she want. Whatever question she asks me, I'ma answer it because I'm trying to build rapport so I can make her comfortable because I want to get on this date because she's so cute. She's the baddest bitch I ever seen in my fucking life.
Right.
90% of your interactions on dating apps should be like this. You should be charging bitches to the game left and right. And I told y'all niggas. Facts. I told y'all niggas. A majority of the chicks that are on dating apps are broken women. Trust me when I tell you. I'm going to say it again, because if you think about it, the amount of attention that women get, to go out on dates and the just sheer attention from men, real life.
Right.
Why would a bitch need dating apps? Why would a bitch who is clearly well-adjusted, a productive member of society, and is actually an attractive, decent human being, why would she need dating apps in the real world? Think about that for a second. So that's what I'm saying. Most of these chicks that are on dating apps is because they cannot operate in the real world with niggas.
Right.
So in fact, you should be charging most of these hoes to the game. That's why I told you, bro, I keep my script tight.
Right.
And as soon as they fall off the script, they get unmatched. I don't play with these hoes, bro.
Facts.
Ever.
That's real shit.
Yeah, but then, so I say, okay. I replied okay to her about her schedule, about her son. And then she replies, how was your day? And then I said, I think I might have messed up when I said we can talk more on the date.
What? Wait, hold on.
Now that I'm thinking about it.
Wait, hold on. So you set a date with her, with the chick with the kids?
I tried to. I replied okay to when she talked about I have to see about my schedule about my son, and then she replied, "How was your day?" And then I said we can talk more on the date, and that was the last of the messages.
Yeah, she's done.
Bro, and what was it? And what was the last? What was that last correspondence? When was that?
Well, I screenshotted it. This was from last week.
Exactly.
Right.
You don't, bro. Listen, I'm keep telling y'all. If the bitch is not totally compliant, it doesn't matter, bro. If you tell a bitch meet me here on this day at this time, and she says anything but okay sounds good or something to that effect, it's a wrap.
Right.
Any of that, maybe I gotta check my schedule. Bro, I got this thing where I tell chicks, I send the Google link and I say let's meet here Tuesday, 8 p.m. I send the Google link and then I say, text me directly to confirm our plans. Then I put my phone number.
Right. Let
me tell you what these bitches do. They text me again on the app and say, okay, I will. You know how many times, and then this happened many, many times, but you know how many times they say, okay, I will, and they actually text my phone to confirm the plans? Do you know how many times? Anybody want to take a fucking guess? Zero.
No.
Zero. This is what I tell you. If a bitch falls off the script, she dies.
Exactly. Facts. Facts.
Hey, but can I ask y'all one more thing before I go? Just one more thing.
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead.
Now, I'm a guy. I'm still struggling, like trying to get some. Like I've been in a drought for like years. So every time I hear guys call up talking about how they smashed a chick, I do get a little jealous and envious. You have guys have any tips on how to not work? I'm just being honest with you. Like, do you guys have any tips on how to not worry so much about that?
Well, this is the thing, bro. Right now. So let me ask you this. You said you've been in the drought for how long? When's the last time you fucked a girl?
The last time I got some without paying for it was like a little over 2 years.
Okay. Now, so this is the thing. This is the thing, right? Is that it's just basically how you view the situation and your mindset and your mind state about dealing with women, right? And everybody's gonna go through a drought. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the best players, the dudes who have game heavy, they're gonna go through droughts too. A drought is natural and it's gonna happen for most guys. Right now, if you have a drought for years though, because like usually most dudes, if their game is good, the drought might be like a month and a half or something like that, the longest. You feel what I'm saying? But what it is that you have to basically focus on your own shit and put more energy into your own shit and also focus more on your own wins. So what I mean is that, like Miles said, you're going to have a bunch of girls on these apps that you're going to have to charge to the game, right? Don't really think too much about the girls you got to charge. Just focus more on the girls who are actually cooperating with your script. You understand what I'm saying? And put more energy into that because that's going to get you closer to actually having sex and doing what you need to do.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because what's going to happen is you're going to run into the woman who is about what you're about. She's going to cooperate heavy. You're going to be like, yo, you free Sunday? She'll be like, yeah. And then you'll be like, cool, see you Sunday. She's going to meet you Sunday. You're going to get together. You're going to have a good time. And then this is the chick you probably end up fucking, right? But you have to stick to your shit and be consistent with that, right? No matter what's happening with no matter how many women you got to charge. So just have it in your mind already that you're going to have to charge a lot of girls. Just have it in your mind already that it's going to be attention whores. Have it in your mind already that it's going to be that type of energy. You understand what I'm saying? And then you have to push through that to get to the other side, to get to the women you're actually going to fuck with. It's just like this. It's like, let's take it off of women for a second. Let's look at it in the sense of business. Let's say a person's like, yo, man, you know, I really want to get my business off the ground and I want to be my own boss. And, you know, like I started this thing a few years ago, but, you know, I stopped because whatever. And now I got to get back on my feet. And whenever I see other guys making money off their business, I feel a certain type of way. Right. But the thing is this in business is that there's times you're going to have to work consistent and be working hard at it, you understand, on a consistent basis, and just in a lot of cases to where you're probably not going to be making any money for a little while. Then slowly but surely you start making money. And then slowly but surely after that, you're making a bunch of money and then your business is thriving. But guess what needed to happen before that happened? You had to stay consistent and focus on your business. You see what I'm saying? So it's the same thing happening for women. It's like, don't worry about what the other people are doing. Focus on your shit. And if you look at what the other guys are doing, look at that as inspiration and not as something as
that's jealousy. Exactly. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's how I was looking. Yeah, that's how I was trying to look at it, but it's been hard. Like if I exactly what you just said, I've been trying to look at it that way.
Right.
But it's really, really tough on me. Like in addition to seeing couples in public, like it's the same thing.
Right.
I try to think, well, at first I would think things like, well, maybe I don't know the whole situation. Maybe she's running him or maybe she's got him on a leash or something like that. But then I started thinking to myself, well, be inspired by that situation. Well, focus on how you can get that. Don't worry about him.
Right,
but
exactly.
It's real tough on me.
Right, no, and I'm glad that you said that and you're aware of that. You understand what I'm saying? So now that you're aware of it, all you need to do is understand. And like I say, look for the small wins too, because the small wins give you motivation. So like say, for example, the same way you're hitting these girls up on the app, you're doing it perfectly.
Yeah, Can we?
So keep doing what you're doing because you're doing it perfectly.
Right.
Right.
Keep your script. Keep your script. The only thing I'll tell you is when they fuck up, kill it.
Right. Exactly.
Like, so when you say, hey, meet me at this and this and this, if she's not giving you the okay, that sounds good, see you then kill it. Like unmatch, leave it alone and move on to the next. That's the only thing I'll tell you to do.
So and then just keep focused on that. But also look for the small wins. So what I say with the small wins is that when you do get that girl that agrees to see you that Sunday, that's a small win there by her just agreeing and making it cooperative just even in that little thing. You understand what I'm saying? So when you see that, you can say, okay, cool. I got a chick that cooperated. Now I could probably get another girl that cooperated. I can get another girl that cooperated. So let's say you got like 5 different girls that cooperated, right? And then you have 5 different dates, but let's say 3 of those girls flake. So you don't see them, but you're like, well, fuck it. Those 3 flake, but I got these 2 that showed up. So I had 2 girls that showed up on a date. That's a win. You understand what I'm saying? So you just keep seeing the progress through little things so that you know that it's possible that it can happen. You understand? And then you focus on that and you make that jump start all of the other actions you're going to take. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I really appreciate you guys. Like, I know you guys probably don't hear that enough, but I've been soaking up the game, like just watching every day. And, I appreciate everything that y'all do. And I'm glad y'all on YouTube because I'd be lost completely.
No, we appreciate it, my brother. Definitely, bro. We appreciate it, my
I'll
dude.
let y'all get back.
All right, man. I'm going to holler.
All right, y'all take care.
Peace. All right. So, people, it's almost about that time. Actually, it is about that time.
It is that fucking time.
So listen, guys, make sure that you guys go to badboymembership.com to join the Bad Boy membership so you guys can get 45 to 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month so you guys can step up your game. Also, you can get the Game Kings documentary. Make sure you guys get that shit cracking. And remember, we're going to be having the holiday sale coming up soon. So make sure you guys, look out for that holiday sale that's coming up real soon, and you guys can get some good deals with that. So Miles, anything else you want to say before we get up out of here?
Yeah. This is kind of directed to the last caller. Man, look, don't feel down when you're on a drought, man. Don't feel down when you're on a drought. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just stay ready.
Right.
Stay ready. Keep doing your thing. Keep hollering. Maybe the only thing I would say is just try to strategize going out a little bit more. And try to go out a little bit more. Whatever city you live in, whatever area you live in, try to go out a little bit more and try to see what's going on out in the streets and holler at some broads in the street.
Right.
Increase that a little bit more, but stay ready, because the thing is, you don't want to let the drought energy come out in your game.
Exactly.
That's that whole feeling of being jealous of other niggas for getting bitches and all that other stuff.
Right.
Trust me, that type of energy will come out in your game, and you really don't want it to. That'll be the type of shit that'll extend your drought.
Right. Exactly.
But like Locario said, be grateful for the small wins. Help use that to help maintain and keep your confidence going. And that's why I encourage you to go out and talk to girls in public, because let me tell you what will happen with that is that you may not always be successful as far as closing the deal, but sometimes just a cool interaction with the female in the street kind of helps to keep the confidence going. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
In times of a drought, like just that you might meet a girl that has a boyfriend, but she still was a cool chick and the interaction was cool. It was positive. You understand what I'm saying? And sometimes going out and meeting people, you'll learn about events coming up and events that weekend that you could go to, like festivals and things like that, just by talking to different people. You understand what I'm saying? So find a way to go out and talk to more people, man. Talk to more girls in the street and keep doing your thing. And don't let that drought energy fuck with you. You feel me?
Facts. So that's pretty much it, guys. We out of here. Remember, Mac Lives Matter, and we gone. Peace. When it comes to being a man, it's about being that rock. It's about being stable.
So first you're gonna have to find discipline within yourself. Do you have that type of discipline? Do you even have the heart to be ruthless?
Women need leadership. It is in their nature to seek out leadership.
You know, you can't do it 99 because all that's part of a man. You got to do it 100.
Apparently, these women out here having sex with somebody. Apparently, they're getting pregnant with somebody. Shoot, somebody getting something.
You should look at something like hypergamy and allow it to inspire you to always be evolving, getting better, expanding, developing.
There are things you know, the things you don't know. Then there are things you don't know you don't even know.
There can be 10 of us in one room, and there's one question, and there's 10 correct answers, all different.